Welcome back. Jill's just eating a surprise. How you going, Simmy? Simba, how you going? My little GoPro handle's not tight enough and I'm folding up. Anyway, welcome back to episode 642. We're just starting out on the old running some of this stuff. It looks like a pretty good setup that we got going to. Anyway, we're just running that. We're running probably more than we need, so that we don't have to come back and run any more later. But anyway, so we're just going to do this. I'll set up a bit of a time-lapsey thingamajiggy, but yeah, it's just conduit for the electrical cable to go through, so that we can carry on, do the walls, and then come back and feed the electrical through. Right, so I'll run you through what we've just done, and hopefully it'll make sense. And hopefully we've done the rightish thing. We've heard that, you know, it's a good idea to use conduit, just so the cables and that aren't rubbing on the metal in the bus and damaging over time. But anyway, so yeah, you've just seen the time lapse anyway of us running what we've run. I'll swing the camera around and I'll take you through what's what. So this is the back passenger side of the bus. This is where the power bank is going to be, hopefully. So we're going to pop in there. The 12 volt fuse box and all of that stuff will go down here as well. The bed will be on gas struts, and then we'll be able to access there if we can't cut a panel there to access. But anyway, so first one's just a short one. It comes up here, it's on the hard right, I think it is. Yeah. And then what we're going to do with that one, that's going to be the kids' light and fan, and their bunks are going to start pretty much where that wheel arch is, come out to about yay to the roof. So yeah, we'll run a smaller bit out of that and run them to the individual areas. One will be up, one will be down, but that's the bulk of just the fan and light for them, which is plenty of room in that one. So that's the kids. The next one will be cruising up, I think it's the left hand side one. So yeah, we'll be cruising up here on the left, whoops, sorry, there, and then it hooks down along here. So that's going to be the ceiling lights. So we'll just pop that up there, and then I've got another piece that runs the whole way down to the front, so that'll just be for the ceiling lights. Again, when we run the cord, the cable, will just cut spots in there, put some other smaller stuff in and run the leads through that. So that's that one. And the other one that runs over comes up the middle, straight over, and then it comes down here, straight down there, and sits there. Then there's another one that'll come over the back, just so we didn't have all of it coming through the same spot. That'll come down there. That's where the bulk of our stuff's going to be. So down in that, down behind me there in that area, that'll be the kitchen. So we'll have fridge. We're going to put our plumbing, so the water pump, the hot water system. What else have we got there? There'll be a 240 for like charging laptops or whatever, or using a toaster real quick in the morning if we need to. What else will be there? There'll be some USB chargers, and also on this side, so just beside the kitchen, hoping to have the toilet there and the shower there, so we'll have a light and fan up the top. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'll just explain these things here. You're all probably thinking, why didn't they go through that? We didn't have the best of drill bits, as you can see. I'm gonna have to go and put some rust stuff on that now that I've knocked that off. But yeah, the bits that we had weren't great. But what we're doing is we're putting these, like we did with the floor, we'll be running them on the ceiling as well. So they're about the same, if not thicker than this stuff. So yeah, pretty much we're going to put them onto the roof, and then when we put our ply, for the roof, we'll just fix it into those rather than the metal, and then that'll give us like more access points to sort of make it, I don't know, make it easy to spend another $1,000 on screws. But so anyway, that's that. So don't get too worried about how they're hanging down and that. We haven't tightened anything up. We're pretty much just running everything so we can look at doing the insulation and the walls. And the walls are only doing up to the bottom of the windows anyway. We'll be calling that the walls, which is, you know, probably about 70 to 80 centimeters in height. So it's not all that high. And then the roof, we'll be doing that. So that'll be at a later date anyway. And the only thing we have to really worry about when we're fixing the roof on is going to be this fella that we've run across the back, and we're just going to have to take a few photos and a few mental notes on where we're going to go. I'll have a, you know, he can be pinned up there, and I'll run one of those bits of wood straight along there. So this, I guess that's the best thing about doing it yourself. You sort of know where all your errors are. But anyway, so that's that. We've run the cabling. That's sort of an explanation on what it is. Hopefully it'll work. We're not running a great deal of stuff anyway, so yeah, we got the max air fan, but again, that will run through the ceiling one where the lights are. We'll be able to fit 6 lights, well, probably even 4 lights and a max air fan cable through all of that. It's 25 mil, I think. So there's going to be heaps of room, I'd imagine, and if not, I'll just run another one. So, but yeah, pretty happy with that. We're going to carry on.
Hey guys, so we're just putting in the insulation at the moment. We've read the directions and it said the silver side in for sort of regular climates, and if you're going to be in tropical climates all the time, put it silver side out. But we're only going to be there sometimes. It's not sort of a house that's going to be there for 20 years. And we're just sticky taping it in place until we can get the walls up, and then that way it'll just sort of sit there once the walls are on. So yeah, it looks pretty warm. So the stuff that we're using here today is space blanket earth wall for under metal insulation. So
yeah,
that should
yeah, oh,
should work.
It should. So it's pretty much it's a shed roof insulation, or shed insulation for metal. Yeah, it's, what do we call it? Space blanket.
Space blanket earth wall.
Yeah. So the brand or the company is Earthwall, and the type of stuff is space blanket. Well, she's going in alright. We're pretty happy with it. She just tucks in like a little space blanket.
Just like Nana's pillow.
Just like Nana's pillow. Hopefully there was no traumatic times with Nana's pillows, but yeah, no, pretty good. Happy, got plenty left, so we're just cruising along, doing the bottom, and she'll be peaches. Alright, it's probably getting a bit dark actually. We've smashed it out. I've got a gig in about an hour's time, so we're gonna have to finish up, gonna have a few showers, and then hit the track. I've got to go and pack the car and whatnot, so gig there soon, but we're pretty happy with that. That's we've just done the bottom up to the wheel arch, and then this wheel arch up to the bottom there. We've just got those 2 pieces to go in. We're sweet. So what do you reckon, Jill? Good little afternoon?
Yeah, we got heaps done today, so that was good.
Yeah. Sweet as.
Productive.
All
Itchy, but productive.
Yeah. Alright. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. G'day, g'day. Jill's worked bloody hard all night, got the insulation sort of in place and whatnot, so it's looking pretty good. Happy with it, looks sweet. So what my plan is now is I'm just going to get these fellas and fix them. Where are we? Fix them along there the whole way along, and then once I've done that, then I'll put a couple going vertically up to them, and then that'll give me something to be able to fasten the walls to, and we'll get going on that. So pretty exciting stuff actually. We've been slugging away for a while, just prepping and, you know, redoing the floor and all that stuff, and now we're finally getting somewhere, so feels good. Anyway, feels real good. Walls. I was going to use that because it's straight, but it's not very straight. It's almost the same shape as the bus. And nothing in the bus is straight. I'll go this fella, he looks a little better. It's not too windy today.
Sorry?
Getting a bit sunburned there, Za'Kyia. Cherry cheeks.
I'm out chopping all the edges.
With scissors?
Yep. Just stand there with my little pair of scissors.
Your little left-hand scissors?
Yep. And I have to use them like that, otherwise I won't get it done. And when there's a hard part, I just have to like squeeze it and I pinch myself with the scissors so it hurts.
Snug as a bug, isn't it?
Looking flash. That's gonna look so good.
Yeah.
It's gonna look really pretty.
Alright, let's get it in before I drop it. We've surprised ourselves here, and we completely forgot to record when we were putting the holes in with me new trusty bit here, me 28mm. I don't even remember the name of the thing. But anyway, cut that, put the conduit through, and it looks pretty cool. Yee! That looks sick.
It looks amazing.
We're pretty happy. That's not fixed yet, but that's what we're going to put there. Going to have that there, and then we've got another bit of trimming for the top. We're going to stain them, we think, with like a mahogany of some sort, or something like a darker stain. But
we're going to paint the walls a bit lighter and then do these ones dark. So
if you haven't noticed, we're pretty happy with ourselves, aren't we?
it's amazing. We surprised ourselves. I mean, we're basically professionals at this point.
Yeah, like pretty much going to start our own little company of what do we do next.com. But yeah, sweet. I think you can tell by the tone of our voices and the smiles that are like 2K wide. We're pretty happy with ourselves. Oh, Gillian, the whole bus is broken now.
I'm just putting some putty in here so when we get back we can sand it back and I'll have a nice finish.
Alright, we've had a massive day in the old bus. We've come up trumps, got heaps done. Girls are just mucking around with a bit of putty and whatnot. I went down to the pub to try and get a cougar, but there was nothing in town, so I just got the next best thing. Tastes pretty average, but that's alright. Got to go with the special. But anyway, I'm off to go and enjoy a couple of cougars. We'll see you in the morning. G'day guys, we're just popping another one of these in. Just had a cool party trick. I wouldn't be able to do it again, but I dropped a screw or two in my beard and it just sat there, and I thought it's a pretty good little trick, but I won't be able to do it again. But yeah, we're just doing exactly what we did over here. Got the trim and all that on it now, so that's sort of what she's going to look like, unpainted. And then we're doing this side. Finished the floor off this morning. We waterproofed these little bits with the epoxy, and then we're just doing this. We'll chuck in another bit of wall, do him up to probably the wheel arch, and then we're just going to double check that we got everything right before we go any further back, because we've got the electricals and stuff to think of. But other than that, we're cracking on. It's finally getting going with it. But yeah, anyway, we're hanging this wall. Top of the day. Sleeping Beauty's still in bed, but I'm just going to crack on. I'm just putting the trimming along here so it marries up with that. Just use the jig to cut that so I can place him over that conduit. And then there will be another case going over that, so hopefully it locks in and looks reasonably nice. But yeah, that's sort of that. This will all be hidden anyway, so kids' bunk beds will be over it, but I just want the whole bus to be fitted out with this. We're not taking any shortcuts or anything like that. The whole thing is going to have the same walls. You know, you're not going to open up a cupboard and see a bare bus wall. So it's all going to be done like that, and then, you know, you'll see what you see. Thanks very much for watching this episode. We Jill and I feel heaps better than we did last week. We feel as though we've gotten heaps done, and it looks so cool. And we haven't sanded it back yet. We haven't painted it. We haven't done anything, and it's making the bus feel like a home already. So we're pretty stoked with that. Just a reminder, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel if you want to be kept in the loop. And yeah, as we mentioned in the last one, we're not a how-to channel, that's for sure, because we are unco on the tools. No idea. We're just having a crack and having fun whilst doing it. So yeah, any info or any tips or anything, drop them down below. We love the interaction, love responding and all of that sort of stuff. So make sure you stick around and follow us on the journey. One thing before we do go is that while Jill and I have been doing the bus build, we sort of not feel guilty or whatnot, but we haven't been able to spend as much time with the kids as we normally do, and that was the whole reason why we're doing the bus. So we try to get them involved as much as they can without them getting bored or whatnot. So yesterday when we were doing the walls, I mentioned that I dropped a screw and it landed in my beard. Now I highly recommend that any of you loose units watching this, you don't try this at home, because I am actually a trained professional in this sort of thing. So don't try it at home. If you do, which you shouldn't, make sure you're wearing some classic PPE like these ones. Right? Okay, so now I'll explain the rules as we go, because the kids don't even know, but I've got contestants Jedd and Za'Kyia over here. We've got the blue team and the yellow team. I think, is it yellow? I can't see. Everything in these glasses is yellow. Green. Greeny yellow. Right, so we've got blue and greeny yellow. The rules to this game is they have 3 screws each. They have to stand at the conduit. So just here, where those little X's on the floor are. Back a bit, mate. Yep, right there. See the X's there? That's as far as they're allowed to come. And the aim of the game is to lob a screw and get it stuck in my beard. As you can see, I'm wearing the correct PPE for this. And do not try this at home, because this is stupid.
And very dangerous.
But involvement for the kids. We do anything for the kids to have a bit of entertainment around here. So wait for it, wait for it. You can't get that close. You're leaning in. You've got to stand up right.
Like this.
Right at the cross. And we go one at a time. We're going to start with Jedd. Jedd's going to do one. Then Zach will do one. Jedd, Zach, etc. until they're out of the 3 screws. I'm hoping at least one lands, but if they don't, here you go. So I'm going to sit still. You got to wait for me to close my mouth. I'll give you the thumbs up, then you can have a crack, right? You ready? Ready, Mum?
Ready.
All right.
It ended. So go, your turn.
You got one. That's sick. Righto. Come on, Zach. Jedd's on 1. And... oh, she's lost it. Righto, Jedd. Have a go. Jedd's on 1. Zach's on none. That one did hit me. All right, next. Zach. Oh, got me in the doodle.
Oh.
Disgusting.
Oh, no. Sorry. Righto, Jedd. Is this your last one?
Yes.
Right, so wait up. If you get this one, you win. All right? Zach, if he misses, you get 1 chance to get it in there, and then we'll go to the tiebreaker. All right, Jedd. Ow. Got me again. Right, Zach, this is your last chance. Don't go too hard. Yep, get right up there. Concentrate.
Don't get it in.
Oh, it bounced off. It bounced off. It doesn't count. It doesn't count. All right. Awesome. How good was that?
Can we have another round?
Well, you're the winner. Oh, yeah, you want to take your winning screw? Got him? Awesome.
That's your trophy.
Yeah, we'll frame that. All right, guys. See you next week. Cheers.